Alright folks, welcome back to another raid video. And just before we start this one today, I just want to get your thoughts on the Ask Me Anything Reddit post. If any of you just want to leave in the comments below what you guys thought of it. I thought there was some good information, but they walked around a lot of the questions and did some sort of corporate answers, which isn't really what you want to hear. You just want to hear some black and white, yes or no, this is what we're thinking of, something, or just no, we haven't thought of it altogether. So something a bit more, plain English would be better rather than all this corporate jangle that they keep spouting out a lot of the time. But we did get some good information, so it's not too bad, not too bad. But anyway, this video I just wanted to do a really quick sort of guide on a team I've been using. I was using it on Twitch a couple of nights ago, and quite a lot of people were asking about it and saying, "Oh, that's really cool. Haven't really seen it before." I'm sure it's definitely been done before, but I've been using Astralon and Yoshi a lot on my Go Second anti-Hegemon team, and they work really well, and especially with the reaction accessory, it's an even better team just now. So I wanted to just go through it. As much as this is like a platinum strategy, it's probably more of a gold 4 strategy now because Hegemon isn't so much in the meta in sort of platinum, especially top of platinum. So, but I've noticed from a free-to-play account, Hegemon, for some bizarre reason, everyone in like Silver 2 has Hegemon. It's ridiculous. So anyone pushing all the way up, and there's tons of Hegemons in Gold 4, this is a really effective way to deal with Gold 4 Hegemons, like really easy to deal with. Once you get to top plat, you kind of have to adjust your teams a little bit better because people will have them built infinitely better, and the champions will be more speed tuned, etc. So, but yeah, let's just go into a few fights here. We'll go into this top one. So the team composition is basically Yoshi, Madame Serris, Astralon, and one shield champion. So we sub in either Molly or Krisk now because he's got a fast lead in their Arbiter, so he's going to be going faster even with my Molly speed boost. When I say speed boost, she gives a turn meter boost. I'll explain all this in a minute. But I'm going to use the big fat shields from Krisk because he has got a Trunda, so I think we better use that. We'll try it again, maybe. In fact, you know what? Let's just go in with Molly. Let's see if it works first of all with Molly. If it doesn't, we'll sub her out. She's got about 100k health, so she should be able to hit fairly hard. So as you can see, we've taken a hit from Hegemon. Now, there has been like one buff come up here, which increases this guy's turn meter. And my whole team has had an increase of 15% from Molly, because Hegemon has hit them all. Then to top it off again, Astralon here has a passive whenever an ally gets hit, he gets a boost of 3%, I believe. I'll have to check that. So there's a lot of stuff going on here when Hegemon actually hits them. So I've got this team speed tuned, whereas Astralon's going super slow in attack boots, which means he's in immunity gear as well. Sorry, 3 champions in immunity gear, 1 in a shield set. The 3 in immunity gear here, they are speed tuned, where Astralon is much slower in attack boots, gives him the amount of attack that he needs to deal the damage to kill this team. But also, the more attack he has, the less damage he takes because of his passive. His passive is really, really strong. That's what led me to use Astralon. I'd actually kind of slept on his passive and how good it was. I just kind of looked at his A3 because his A3 is nuts as well. But he's actually just a nuts champion. He's super good. And I do feel with the current meta and reaction accessories and stuff, especially as people get on and get some really solid accessories, really good ones like beefy, tanky ones on tanky champions with reaction, it might push to more of a sort of CC crowd control offense meta, because you can still crowd control these guys. It might just be a case of crowd controlling them until you can get into a point to kill them. So someone like Astralon's actually really good for a number of reasons. He puts the stuns down, but he also removes all the veils from like Duchess teams and stuff, which is crazy. You always forget about that. So anyway, so I'm blabbing now. Let's get Yoshi. So he's got the increased accuracy. He's also got the speed lead, so that's why he's really good in this team, because now I can build my Astralon with super high damage, a decent amount of accuracy, but now he's got enough accuracy to stun this whole team as well. So Madame's speed tuned to go next, so she strips. And then we come in here, we've still got block debuffs on, and okay, it just survived. So luckily that did work. I probably would have been safer with my Krisk, I think, because Astralon just about died there. But Molly, yeah, Molly's not the toughest shield champion in the world, but because they've all got block debuffs, I knew I wasn't going to get decrease defense and weaken here. If Madame was in the team, it would be a totally different story. I'd have to, well, truth be told, I'm not actually fighting Madame teams just now, just because I haven't quite figured out the best way. But this is much quicker if you don't fight Madame teams. But then, watch this. This will just kill them all outright. But if it didn't and any of them had Swift Parry, it would have stunned them. When the Swift Parry comes round, the stun goes off, Swift Parry goes off, then you just kill them. So it's actually a really foolproof method of dealing with Hegemon teams. So let's go down the list. We've got a team here. This is Hegemon, Foley, Lydia. So this is obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but it's probably a nuke Hegemon here because they're looking to like block revive and not allow you to revive here. There's a little bit too much damage going on here, I believe, but that's fine. So because he's got the speed lead, we'll stick some really beefy shields on Krisk. The other good thing about Krisk, if you guys don't know, I'm sure you do, but if you stick Krisk in the second slot here, when they deal AoE damage, what happens is they actually deal damage first to this guy, then this guy, then this one, and then this one. So if you stick Krisk here, he'll put decrease attack, say, on Foley. So the first 2 hits on both these champions will be full damage, but then these 2 will only take the damage plus the decrease attack from Krisk, so they'll do infinitely less damage. So if you stick your squishy champions behind Krisk, he shields them. So that's really strong. I see a lot of people running Krisk here, which is just totally pointless. You miss the whole point of using them. So always stick Krisk here. I mean, if you stuck him in lead, he would protect everyone, but the problem is he doesn't have an aura. He would be probably busted if he had a decent aura, to be honest. So it's fine. Just stick him in second. Yoshi's pretty strong, so he survives anyway. So let's go in against this team and see what happens. So nuke Hegemon, I guess. It's hard to tell because they take so much damage. See if we can get a few fears out there. Managed to get a few fears, so they might not even be able to take a turn. We soaked up all that damage. Now we get round to this. Stripped. Still got block debuffs up, so it's fine. And then, boom, dead. Easy. Let's do, this might be quite an interesting one here. I've got a Brogni. This is a very defensive sort of team trying to protect their Candrathon. Let's have a go with this. They're much slower, so I might not even need to put Molly in here. But I think I might do because I might try and just definitely get ahead of them. Let's see what happens here. I do quite like Brogni on defense. I feel he's going to be very good at one point. Okay, I definitely couldn't put Molly in there because that was a beastly Hegemon that just went there. So let's get out of that battle and do that again with the Krisk. Yeah, he must be doing some serious damage because I think my Molly's like 100k health still, so she's not weak. If you did have reaction accessories for Astralon, then wow, that would be nuts actually. It would make this even better. Some fears up. Strip them all. Let's see if we can get a stun on... Nope, can't get a stun there. Take some damage and boom, and there we go. Because of that, we've managed to get the 2 stuns here. So this gives me a chance to put some debuffs on them, get back round. Even if they had Swift Parry, it would have done the same. So yeah, the stun really works. So I think I'm running Astralon at about 250 accuracy. We'll go and check that out in a second. But that's all you really need, because then after that, she's going to be running at nearly 400 accuracy, plus with the Yoshi's increased accuracy, which is more than enough. Here's another one. This doesn't look the strongest Hegemon team in the world, but let's just, I think Krisk seems the better option, to be honest, than Molly. I don't have the best Molly build in the planet, but it seems a safer option using Krisk just because of the decreased attack, plus the massive shields. And I think my team is more speed tuned this way. And she cuts in. Plus, Krisk has this provoke with increased accuracy is nuts, because he's about 300 accuracy, I believe, at the moment. So, stun there. Unfortunately, we didn't stun the Ugo. It didn't matter because we got the Skull Crown live, so he wouldn't have been able to use his A3. But the stun happens there, doesn't matter, just kill him. What we can do is we'll quickly look through the stats and then we'll boost into Platinum and try it in Platinum Arena, see how it gets on there. So I'd like to stress again for everyone watching, this isn't a free-to-play video really. I'm doing the free-to-play series now, so nobody can get on at me for not doing free-to-play content because I'm doing a whole account on that, but this is much more of an end-game build. You could easily build this slightly less stats for gold 4, no problem at all, but this is fairly decent gear on him. Not the best, but people have a lot better immunity gear than me. That's the thing I've really noticed in this game. I've been given really good speed gear, really good savage gear, but my immunity gear is terrible. So this is the best I could come up with. So Yoshi in immunity, the good thing about him is you don't need to book him really. In fact, yeah, you don't need to book him. You're just looking to use this once. I actually do run him in accuracy, so I've got an accuracy banner. Altogether, I managed to get 282 speed out of him, 344 accuracy, and some relatively good survivability stats. Into Eagle Eye, and he's got Retribution. For some reason, his A1 here, which has got a stun on it, lands a lot more than it should. So I guess that would be the only reason to book him, because the A1 stun is pretty useful, to be honest. And at 40%, it's got much more of a chance, but it seems to land quite a lot for me, and it's actually really useful. So that is the thinking behind doing this, because I've just managed to stun them on the counter quite a few times, which is pretty nasty. Defensive sort of, yeah, build here, plenty accuracy on here, speed boots, plenty speed, accuracy, and HP really is what I've gone through for these pieces. A lot of it isn't glyphed or anything yet. So that is Yoshi. Next we are on to Astralon. So Astralon is running, like I say, pretty slow at 140 speed. Now I'm sure there's plenty of people out there, if they put attack boots on him and make him slow, they could probably get him up to like 7,000 attack on their good immunity gear, but this is the best immunity gear I could get him in that gives him accuracy, crit rate, crit damage, don't need to worry about speed, and loads of attack. So like I was saying in the fight there, the main thing I've really noticed how good Astralon is his passive here. So he fills the champion's turn meter by 3% for each time an ally is hit. Now, that means he's going to get a 9% turn meter increase from the Hegemon hit, which is basically 10%, which is quite a bit, considering he gets the 15% alongside the Molly if he does get used with her. But you know, because of Chris and stuff like that, if Chris goes on and puts the provoke in, then they all attack him. Every time they attack him, he gets another 3%, and it just ticks away. It's really, really strong. And the other beauty about this ability, which I didn't realize, is it works every time they're hit. So say if like someone like an Ethos comes in and uses his A3, that's 3 hits on every player. So that's 9, and it actually stacks. So it's 9, 18, 27% turn meter increase. I didn't think that worked like that, but I messaged one of the guys that I usually message about this stuff, and he confirmed that it definitely is the case. So that is awesome. It's really, really strong. But also decreases incoming damage by 25% if this attacker's attack is lower than this champion. So because he's able to put attack boots on because of his passive and get lower speed just so you can boost round and be speed tuned with the rest of your team, you can afford to put tons of attack on him. So most of the time he's going to have a 25% damage reduction. That coupled up with the shield, it's just going to make him super hard to kill. And if you can get reaction accessories, then he's going to be perfect for this role. A ghost second sort of CC nuker. And Yoshi's just perfect to use him alongside, because ordinarily 240 accuracy is going to get the nukers, but that's it. But because I'm able to boost that 50%, and once I get some glyphs, it'll be over 400 accuracy, he's going to pretty much stun everyone. And especially if you're fighting like high health Duchesses and stuff like that, his Light of Sanctity is going to remove all those perfect veils, put Weaken on them, then attack them. So there's tons of stuff going on here, but you know, there's a lot of defensive Hegemon teams with Duchess in them. And yeah, this is a really cool way of dealing with them. Obviously, the other champion to put in there is Madame. So Madame in an immunity set is nothing new. I could have actually got better stats out of her. I've only got 550 accuracy, but what I opted for is, I think originally I had about 640 on my immunity Madame, but I opted to drop it down to 550 for a little bit more speed, defense, and HP, because with Yoshi's increase, that's going to take her up to like nearly 800, which is more than enough anyway, because there's nobody really using too much resistance in the meta at the moment anyway, so that seemed absolutely fine just to drop it down a little bit, but she does strip everyone at this. Now, in her masteries, it's just typical Madame immunity masteries, all the way down to Eagle Eye. The only thing that I have done in this team, and now her stats here, she's 236 speed, so she's nearly 100 speed more than Astralon, which is actually pretty much what you need, because Astralon just pumps up the turn meter so quickly, depending on what team you're facing. Especially if you just start attacking your other champions loads, he's getting so much turn meter increase. So I think I had him at like I think it was like 180 or 190 at one point, and he kept overlapping my Madame. So I dropped him down to 240, and I haven't had that issue yet with him. The other thing I do have on the Masteries is every single champion has Cycle of Revenge, except for Astralon. Because if he's had Cycle of Revenge, I think that would just make it, he would end up overlapping. But because the other three do, Yoshi always goes first, because there's always buffs that goes up. And when the buffs go up, he gets a big increase. So Yoshi's always going to go first and put up the increased accuracy. But then after that, it doesn't really matter if Madame or Molly or Chris, whoever you're using, goes next. Doesn't matter which one. But if any of them have Cycle of Revenge, that's just going to boost their turn meter more, which is useful if he does actually take a turn, because then he can provoke people, which is just going to, again, increase the turn meter of Astralon. Exactly the same with Molly. They both have provoke on their kit, which is pretty damn strong. So that's the Madame. And then the last two are the shield champions. So Molly here, shield set and divine life. She's got HP on the banner, double reaction accessory, which is pretty crazy. 92k health. I've got an attack banner on her because it's reaction, but if I could get a reaction piece here, I mean, that's a nuts ring for her. So it's pretty much perfect. But if I could potentially get an amulet with HP on it, that would be really good, and then I could get her up to about 100k health. But she's still got a decent amount of accuracy, because I wanted to be able to use her ability there, but I don't need speed on her because she's there to do one job, which is pretty much her passive: fill the turn meter of all allies by 15% when they're hit. So there's a lot of turn meter manipulation going on in this team. I mean, if you're sure you're fighting a CC Hegemon, then she is probably the better option, because you're not going to take that much damage. But on the whole, a lot of people seem to be running more damage Hegemons just now. So Krisk is he's the safest option anyway. And I really like him because, yeah, he can just nullify all their damage from his passive. It's a crazy passive, this. He's also got this ability which can extend the buffs of the block debuffs, which is really powerful. A really good provoke, decrease speed, and all of these things like this and this both rely on accuracy, and he's got a 50% increase on 345. So he's at like 500 and some, I can't do the maths right now, but he's got loads of accuracy plus 100k health. Again, I didn't really want to go with too much speed for him. He just needs to be able to take a turn at some point, and he's fine. So that is Krisk and Molly. So what we'll do is we'll climb up the ladder into Platinum and see how this team does against kind of higher end teams. But it's definitely a really strong Gold 4 team, this, if you're struggling with Hegemons. And I know that a lot of people pick up the fusions, so a lot of people will have Yoshi and Astralon, and they probably have a Madame. So if you are able to get immunity sets on them and just stick a shield champion in Krisk, Molly, someone even like Harvest Jack or something could work. There's tons of champions you could use in there, but Krisk and Molly seem to be the best two. Right, we've worked our way into Platinum. Let's attempt some teams. So here's a typical team: Arbiter, Siphi, Trunda. So this is going to be super fast. It's got a double turn meter boost here. What we'll do is we'll stick in... I think we're going to die from the Trunda pretty quick, but let's attempt it with Molly first and see how we get on. I don't think this is going to go well, but this is just trial and error. I think we're going to get absolutely demolished here. Yeah, this is not going to go well. Boom, we're going to die. If we did have reaction accessories on Astralon, then this would be beastly, because then they definitely would have taken a turn. We can revive him and put block damage on him right enough. But he doesn't have increased accuracy anymore, which is one thing. We'll try this again if we get beat here. Actually, we might end up just killing them just because of that. So we come away with it, but that didn't really work the way it was supposed to. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to leave, and let's do that again with Krisk. because I think, again, if I had reaction on him, that would be really, really strong. Reaction accessories are just way overpowered, guys. It's totally changing everything. Let's try it with this team and see what happens. The only thing I've just thought, actually, it might not be quick enough now because we're not getting the increased turn meter from Molly, so they might lap us and Trunda might end up just killing us with A2. Because we're surviving that, no problem. Yeah, because we got decreased turn meters there from both of them, actually. That is not going to go well at all. Decrease speed on, though. Let's see if we can decrease the turn meter at least. And we put the stun on him, that's fine. There we go, and put the stun on her and kill her. So that did work. I think Astralon, maybe he's at 140. Maybe I should actually have him a little bit faster. Maybe against a team like that anyway, because there's not much other damage coming in, and they're attacking Astralon, which isn't increasing the turn meter, you see. And I wasn't able to get the provoke off because of block debuffs, so that's a little bit of an iffy one. Let's attempt this team down here. We've got Siphi. It must be a damage Hegemon this, because there's no other real damage, I'm assuming. So let's try this one. Right. We get some fears up though, that's quite good. Hopefully fear Siphi. She can't take a turn. No, she still takes it. True fear never works for me, honestly. It's rubbish. Now, we've got increased accuracy here, so this will be fine. Somehow we didn't do that. That's strange. Increase accuracy, so we land a few provokes, and then boom, dead. Lydia's the only one alive. Didn't strip her for some reason, unless she's like crazy high resistance, because that's like 800 accuracy. But yeah, no problem. We'll just hit auto and let this complete it. I don't have any champions that can revive, so I can't trigger our passive. Still managing, guys. Still managing. Let's have a go at this one here. So this has got a strip in it, so this is totally different. This is probably not going to work. This is the only thing I've found with this team. So now we've got speed boots on Astralon. He should be running at 285 speed. Originally what I had him at. Much less attack, but it's fine. Let's attempt this and see if we can just cut in before them. This is the beauty of using Molly in a team like this, because you've got Molly, Astralon, also Yoshi, loads of turn meter increase happening here. Yep, worked fine. Perfect. That's much better. So yeah, maybe you don't actually need to put them in attack boots. The attack boots seems to be working fine for like the really fast teams, because you know you're going to get that much damage. But yeah, against teams like that, because they're squishy anyway, it seems fine. So let's look for one more challenge. No Hegemons in here. I mean, you could use this team against teams like this, but there's probably better teams to use against straight up just speed and damage teams. The reason I'm using it against Hegemon is just to take advantage of Astralon's passive, really. Because at least you know you're getting hit. There's one. I kind of want to find another one with Madame in it, because that was the problems I was having earlier, but with the speed boots on, that seems to have kind of solved it. Right, I can't find too many Hegemon teams, so we'll just do this one more here. We've got a bit more of a tanky team, so hopefully we can try and use the Duchess ability here. So let's actually go back out, because I think Astralon will be too fast in those boots. We'll stick Astralon back into our attack boots. So what we'll do in this one is we'll take Molly out and stick Krisk in, because I think that's going to be a high damage Hegemon. See what happens. So, takes a bunch of damage. Hopefully we land some fears. There we go, some nice fears up. Yeah, let's strip all that off them. Unfortunately, she's still able to use that ability. I thought her fear would have kicked in. Blast all them out. Provoke. We're able to provoke there, so that's fine. So she's not able to do a revive, which is pretty cool. And then take out the Duchess, and then it's an easy win. So that's it, guys. It's a bit clunky there, I have to admit. I'll maybe have to play about with the speeds and stuff, but Astralon is very, very cool alongside Yoshi. I just love the fact that you're able to kind of get the increased accuracy, all the extra damage from the attack boots and stuff like that. It's a really cool composition, this, actually. So if you have these guys in the vault, or you're just not using them at all, I'm sure everyone's using Yoshi because he's very good for arena, but Astralon can be used at top level arena, definitely. So that is the video, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel as usual. Thank you so much to all the people that are subscribing just now, and have a great day, guys. Peace.